Have you ever wondered if the people you interact with daily might be subtly dragging you down instead of lifting you up and encouraging your growth? The Stoic philosophy, an ancient yet powerful school of thought, emphasizes the importance of choosing the right people to associate with. If you're not careful, maintaining relationships with negative individuals can hinder your journey toward peace and happiness. In this video, we will explore the 10 types of people that, according to Stoicism, you should steer clear of if you want to live a fulfilling and virtuous life. Are you curious to find out if any of these people are present in your life? Join us as we dive into this important topic to protect your peace and focus on personal growth. If you find this topic helpful and want to continue learning more profound insights from Stoic philosophy, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Your support will help us keep delivering quality content that contributes to your personal development on your path to self-improvement. 1. The gossip. Gossips are people who can't resist spreading rumors and talking behind others' backs. They turn trivial matters into topics of conversation, often in a negative light, which not only harms the person being talked about, but also reflects poorly on their own character. Participating in gossip doesn't just erode others' respect for you, but also damages relationships and creates a conflict-ridden environment. Imagine working with a colleague who loves to discuss others' personal matters at every opportunity. Initially, these stories might seem interesting, but over time, you'll realize that they waste time, sow distrust, and hurt those involved. You might start wondering, if they gossip about others when they're not around, what might they say about you? According to Stoic philosophy, we should focus on improving ourselves rather than judging or gossiping about others' lives. Engaging in gossip distracts us from what truly matters and creates an environment of mistrust and conflict. Stoics believe that one should maintain a pure mind, untainted by meaningless chatter. A prime example can be found in the teachings of Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher. He often advised his students to focus on living an honest and meaningful life instead of wasting time gossiping about others. This way, we not only preserve our self-respect, but also build relationships based on sincerity and mutual respect. Associating with gossip not only diverts your focus from your goals, but also drags you into unnecessary conflicts. They create instability in relationships, making it hard to maintain peace of mind. By distancing yourself from gossip, you protect your reputation and foster a more positive environment where respect and trust are valued. This not only helps you advance in life, but also nurtures healthy and lasting relationships. 2. The blame shifter. Blame shifters are those who always look for someone or something else to blame rather than taking responsibility for their actions. These individuals never admit their mistakes and constantly find excuses, even when it's clear that they are at fault. This behavior not only hinders their personal growth, but also creates a toxic environment for those around them. Imagine working in a team with someone who always shifts the blame onto others whenever something goes wrong. Instead of focusing on solutions when the project hits a snag, they quickly criticize and blame their teammates. As a result, instead of solving the problem together, the team gets bogged down in unnecessary arguments and conflicts, leading to a decrease in morale and progress. According to Stoic philosophy, taking responsibility for our actions is the foundation of growth and wisdom. When we acknowledge our mistakes and learn from them, we not only improve ourselves but also build trust and respect from others. In contrast, blame shifters miss opportunities for learning and development, and they lose the trust and respect of those around them. A notable example is found in the life of Marcus Aurelius, one of the great leaders and Stoic philosophers. He reminded himself to take responsibility for all his actions and never blame fate or others. This awareness and sense of responsibility helped him become a respected and trusted leader. Associating with blame shifters not only robs you of the opportunity to learn from mistakes, but can also trap you in a cycle of dissatisfaction and negativity. They hinder your development and create an environment where accountability and integrity are devalued. By avoiding blame shifters, you not only protect the positive environment around you, but also encourage personal growth through self-awareness and responsibility. This not only helps you mature, but also fosters relationships based on trust and mutual respect. 3. The complainer. Complainers are those who seem never to be satisfied with anything. They constantly find reasons to be unhappy, no matter how good the situation may be. Instead of focusing on the positives and what they have, they dwell on flaws and shortcomings, creating a heavy and negative atmosphere. Regularly interacting with such people can gradually pull you into their dissatisfaction and make you more pessimistic. Imagine having a friend or colleague who, every time you meet, starts listing things that bother them, from the weather work to trivial matters in daily life. Initially, you might sympathize and try to help them see things more positively. However, over time, you'll realize that your efforts are in vain because they don't really want to solve their problems. They just want someone to share their dissatisfaction with. This constant complaining not only drains your spirit, but also diminishes your ability to focus and enjoy your own life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that happiness doesn't come from having a perfect life, but from how we perceive and face life. Stoics believe that instead of complaining about things we can't control, we should focus on being grateful for what we have and improving ourselves within our current circumstances. Complaining not only wastes our time, but also fosters a negative mindset, making it difficult to achieve peace and contentment. A clear example is Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. In his writings, he often reminded himself and others not to let minor difficulties disturb their peace of mind. Instead of complaining, he advised accepting and overcoming challenges with patience and calm. Maintaining relationships with complainers not only robs you of your optimism, but also makes it difficult to stay focused on the important goals in your life. They create a gloomy atmosphere and can make you lose faith in the good things around you. By avoiding complainers, you can protect your positive mindset, maintain your belief in life, and continue to move forward on your path to personal growth. Your surroundings will become lighter and more pleasant, helping you enjoy life and achieve your goals more effectively. 4. The negative thinker. Negative thinkers are individuals who always see the dark side of every issue, and this not only affects them but also spreads to those around them. They are like dark clouds covering a clear sky, always bringing a heavy and gloomy feeling. When you frequently interact with such people, you can easily get caught in their negative spiral, causing your optimism and motivation to wane. Imagine you're working on a promising new project full of energy and excitement about your ideas. But after a few conversations with a negative thinker, you begin to doubt your chances of success. They continuously point out the risks, difficulties, and reasons why your project might fail. Instead of focusing on solutions, they only see problems, and gradually, you start losing faith in yourself. Stoic philosophy encourages us to focus on what we can control, and one of the most important factors is our mindset. Maintaining an optimistic attitude not only helps you tackle challenges more effectively, but also fosters personal growth. That's why Stoics advise us to steer clear of negative thinkers. They not only drain your enthusiasm, but can also distort how you perceive the world. A classic example is the story of Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher. He advised his students that what matters most is not what happens to you, but how you react to it. If you allow yourself to be influenced by those who always see the negative side of things, it will be difficult to cultivate the calm and patience, qualities that Stoicism values highly. Therefore, be careful when choosing the people with whom you share your time and space. Avoiding negative thinkers not only helps you protect your positive mindset, but also opens up opportunities for you to continue growing in a healthy and sustainable way. 5. The manipulator. Manipulators are individuals who use deceit, trickery, and cunning to achieve their personal goals. They have no qualms about twisting the truth, using false flattery, or creating guilt to control and influence others. This behavior not only undermines the autonomy of those around them, but also destroys trust and mutual respect, fundamental elements in any healthy relationship. Imagine having a colleague who constantly tries to manipulate you to achieve their goals. They might use sweet words to gain your favor, but behind your back, they exploit your trust to further their own interests. For instance, they may flatter you when they need help, but once they've gotten what they want, they quickly turn their back, even blaming you if something goes wrong. Such actions not only make you feel used, but also erode your self-esteem and confidence. Stoic philosophy encourages us to live with honesty and integrity. Stoics believe that every relationship should be built on mutual respect, and that there is no place for deceit or trickery in a virtuous life. When we allow manipulators into our lives, we not only lose our autonomy, but also risk being dragged into unwanted situations where honesty and trust are compromised. A telling example is the story of Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher. In his writings, Seneca often emphasized the importance of maintaining integrity and being wary of those who seek to manipulate. He believed that one should not allow themselves to be drawn into the psychological games of others, as this would erode one's self-control and virtue. Associating with manipulators not only robs you of inner peace, but can also lead to serious consequences in both your work and personal life. They can weaken your relationships, leaving you feeling insecure and vulnerable. By avoiding manipulators, you safeguard your autonomy and honesty, while creating an environment based on respect and trust. This not only helps you maintain your personal values, but also nurtures healthy relationships, supporting you on your journey of growth and self-improvement. 6. The overly critical. Overly critical people are those who constantly find faults and shortcomings in others, even in the smallest details. They tend to criticize harshly and without constructive feedback, which not only diminishes your confidence, but also creates a tense and stressful environment. Instead of encouraging and supporting, they make others feel judged and inadequate. Imagine having a friend or colleague who seems never satisfied with anything you do. If you complete a task well, they'll point out the tiny details you could have done better. If you achieve success, they quickly remind you of what you haven't yet accomplished. While feedback is important, when it comes from someone overly critical, you'll gradually feel pressured and lose motivation, as constant criticism doesn't inspire growth but makes you feel like you're never good enough. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on improving ourselves and helping others in a constructive way. Stoics understand that no one is perfect and that everyone is in the process of self-improvement. Excessive criticism does not contribute to growth, but rather makes others feel judged and inferior. Instead of harshly pointing out flaws, Stoicism encourages us to guide and support each other with compassion and understanding. A relevant example is the story of Socrates, a philosopher with a significant influence on Stoicism. In his discussions, Socrates always sought to encourage others to think more deeply without ever making them feel diminished. He understood that criticism should not be about making others feel bad, but about helping them grow and mature. When you interact with overly critical people, you might start doubting your abilities, leading to a decline in performance and loss of self-confidence. They can turn your work or personal life into a stressful and pressure-filled environment, where there's no room for creative freedom or experimentation. By avoiding overly critical people, you create space for your growth without unnecessary pressure. You can focus on learning from your mistakes and improving in your own way, rather than trying to meet unrealistic standards set by others. This not only helps you maintain confidence, but also fosters a positive environment where personal development and mutual support are prioritized. 7. The dishonest. Dishonest people are those who regularly lie, conceal the truth, or even fabricate stories to achieve their personal goals. They might say one thing and do another, without hesitation to manipulate information for their benefit. Maintaining relationships with dishonest people not only damages trust, but can also drag you into troublesome and dangerous situations. Imagine having a friend or colleague whom you always have to be wary of because you never know if their words are trustworthy. They might promise something, but when it's time to deliver, they back out or make up excuses to shirk responsibility. For example, a colleague might promise to complete their part of the work on time, but then offer flimsy excuses when they fail, even blaming others to avoid criticism. Such behavior not only reduces overall work performance, but also creates an environment of mistrust and instability. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of honesty and integrity. Stoics believe that to live a virtuous life, we must act with transparency and truthfulness in all situations. Allowing dishonesty to creep into our lives not only undermines our self-respect, but also harms our personal and professional relationships. Trust is the foundation of all relationships, and once broken, it is difficult to rebuild. A clear example of the value of honesty can be found in the life of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. In his writings, he consistently encouraged integrity and honesty in both words and actions. He understood that honesty is not just a personal responsibility, but also the foundation for building a strong society and lasting relationships. Interacting with dishonest people not only wastes your time and energy, but also keeps you on constant alert, unsure of when you might be exploited or betrayed. They can drag you into unwanted situations, damaging your reputation and career. By avoiding dishonest people, you protect your reputation and trust. You will have the opportunity to build relationships based on mutual respect and trust, where honesty and integrity are valued. This not only helps you live a virtuous life, but also creates a positive environment where everyone can work and grow together in transparency and sincerity. 8. The envious. Envious people are those who always feel discontent and upset when they see others succeed or achieve what they desire. They not only immerse themselves in jealousy, but can also negatively influence those around them. Instead of focusing on self-improvement, they compare themselves to others and measure their worth based on others' success, leading to a cycle of dissatisfaction and bitterness. Imagine having a friend or colleague who, whenever you achieve something, instead of sharing in your joy, they distance themselves or even downplay your achievements. For instance, if you receive a compliment for your work, they might respond by saying you were lucky, or that your success was due to external factors rather than your effort. This envy not only hurts you, but also creates a tense atmosphere where trust and mutual support erode. Stoic philosophy advises us to focus on our own path and appreciate what we have. Stoics believe that everyone has their own journey and goals, and comparing ourselves to others only leads to meaningless dissatisfaction. When we let envy take over, we not only harm our relationships but also miss out on learning from others' successes. A prime example is the life of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. Despite being in the highest position in the empire, he always avoided envy and focused on self-improvement, never letting others' success bother him. He understood that envy diminishes our own value and obscures the ultimate goal of living a virtuous and meaningful life. Interacting with envious people not only diminishes your joy in your achievements, but can also make you start doubting yourself. Envy can spread, causing you to fall into the trap of comparison, which in turn erodes your confidence in your own path. By distancing yourself from envious people, you protect your positive spirit and belief in your own worth. This not only helps you maintain confidence, but also encourages an environment where everyone supports and celebrates each other's successes, no matter how big or small. Focusing on personal growth rather than comparing yourself to others will help you progress further on the path to a fulfilling and meaningful life. 9. The overly competitive. Overly competitive people are those who view life as a race, where they must outdo everyone to win. To them, success only matters when they surpass others, creating a tense and hostile atmosphere in relationships. Instead of seeing others as teammates or collaborators, they view everyone around them as rivals to be defeated. Imagine having a colleague who, whenever possible, tries to make you look less competent so they can stand out. When you achieve something, they don't congratulate you but instead try to downplay your success or outshine you the next time. For example, if you complete an outstanding project, they might immediately start another project with the sole goal of outperforming you, not to contribute to the team, but just to prove they're better. This not only creates unnecessary tension, but also destroys the spirit of collaboration and teamwork. Stoic philosophy encourages us to focus on personal development and not to compare ourselves to others. Stoics believe that true success doesn't come from defeating others, but from perfecting ourselves and contributing positively to the community. When we become too focused on surpassing others, we can easily lose sight of our true goals and fall into the trap of meaningless rivalry. A prime example of excessive competition can be seen in the business world, where companies sometimes view each other as enemies rather than healthy competitors. When a company focuses too much on defeating its rivals, it may overlook customer needs or even breach ethical principles just to get ahead. Such actions might bring short-term success, but in the long run, they can harm both the business and its reputation. Interacting with overly competitive people can leave you feeling stressed and uncomfortable. They might turn collaborative relationships into confrontations, making you feel constantly on edge and under pressure. By avoiding overly competitive people, you can maintain a healthy mindset and focus on developing yourself in your own way. You'll have the opportunity to build relationships based on cooperation and mutual support rather than getting caught up in a pointless race to prove yourself. This not only helps you advance in your career but also brings peace of mind, knowing that you're on your own path without the need to compare yourself to others. 10. The inconsiderate. Inconsiderate people are those who act without regard for the feelings, needs, or consequences for others. They often prioritize their own interests and convenience above the well-being of those around them, without considering how their actions may cause harm or discomfort. This lack of consideration not only damages relationships, but also creates an environment lacking in empathy and respect. Imagine having a friend or colleague who always makes decisions without consulting you or considering the impact on you. For instance, they might schedule a meeting or event at a time they know you're busy, or they might make an important decision without notifying you, leaving you in a difficult situation. This inconsiderate behavior not only makes you feel disrespected, but can also lead to conflicts and misunderstandings. Stoic philosophy encourages us to practice empathy and think carefully before acting. Stoics believe that to live a virtuous and meaningful life, we must always put ourselves in others' shoes and consider how our actions will affect them. Inconsiderate behavior is not only a sign of selfishness, but also shows a lack of maturity and responsibility. A common example of inconsideration can be seen in personal relationships, where one person frequently disregards the other's feelings. For instance, during an argument, someone might say hurtful things without thinking about the consequences, leading to a breakdown in the relationship. Or in a workplace setting, a leader who is inconsiderate might make decisions without considering their impact on the team, leading to a loss of trust and morale. Continuing to associate with inconsiderate people can leave you feeling undervalued and unappreciated. You may find yourself constantly adjusting or compromising, which can diminish your self-worth and disrupt your peace of mind. By avoiding inconsiderate people, you create space to develop relationships based on mutual respect and empathy. You'll have the opportunity to work and live in an environment where people care for each other and act with thoughtfulness and understanding. This not only helps you feel valued, but also brings satisfaction and stability to your personal and professional relationships. Conclusion. In the journey towards a meaningful and fulfilling life, identifying and distancing yourself from those who can harm you is crucial. We've explored 10 types of people that, According to Stoic philosophy, you should consider keeping your distance from negative thinkers, blame shifters, gossips, complainers, manipulators, envious people, overly critical individuals, dishonest people, overly competitive people, and inconsiderate people. Each of these types can undermine your personal growth, erode trust, and create an unhealthy environment. Stoicism encourages us to live a life rooted in honesty, empathy, responsibility, and a focus on what truly matters. By carefully choosing the people we associate with, we not only protect our mental and emotional well-being, but also create conditions for comprehensive personal development. Take action today. Take some time to reassess the relationships around you and decide what needs to change to protect your peace and progress. Building a positive and healthy social circle will help you move further on your path to self-improvement and achieving life's goals. Thank you for watching this video. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Your support is the motivation we need to continue delivering quality content that helps you build a better life through Stoic philosophy. Stay true to your values and always choose positive influences in your life. Have a great day and see you in the next video.